Good afternoon, and what is a warm, bright and sunny day. It is Wednesday the 23rd of August, and I'm in the reading nook with a nice hot cup of tea and a parcel I want to finish unboxing. So I pulled out several things from here already, including, let me see, 7 Aboard the Shackle, an adventure for Mert Borge, adventure Siege, another adventure Motherlode, that's 5th edition fantasy, as in his Den of Assassins, quite like that, which is a supplement of how to turn all the different player character classes in Dungeons and Dragons into assassins. So, you know, Assassin Druid or Assassin Warlock and Ranger and so on. So, the last thing I've got in here to look at is Twin Gods Apocalypse Campaign Sourcebook for Mayan Epics. So, summoned by the gods, strife between the twin god kings threatens to rip the region of the Tulok Mayan apart. The gods have added an ultimatum: cease this conflict or suffer their wrath. The doomsayers and final judges have been raised, summoned from the underworld to communicate the coming apocalypse and pass judgment on the living. Create a party with these divine avatars and put a stop to the arrogance and evil that is threatening to destroy the land. Mayan Epics Sourcebook offers a complete setting heavily influenced by the historic Mayan civilization. Among other things, includes everything a game master needs to tell countless stories of heroism and adventure. Features of the book include a 5-adventure campaign path at Twin Gods of Apocalypse, an original calendar system that offers day-to-day mechanical variations, over 40 new creatures, characters and monsters, new bundle and stellar magic systems, much more. Now compatible with your favourite game system. Using the Any System mobile app, you'll harness the power of your favourite RPG system to gain additional content specifically designed for the 5th edition OGL. Evolutionary and more. You can find the app on the mobile device. So you've got a bit of an advert for this app, plus as well as a QR code. So you've kind of got an epic battle on the front there, sort of a kind of a classic pose for heroes to be fighting against each other, and obviously one armed with a club and then one armed with the essentially like a stone or wooden sword edged with obsidian, which is what the Central American civilizations used instead of sword, because it was metal poor. So we have a nice piece of artwork inside. Contents page and credits. And we've got a setting guide, the overview, what daily life is like, talking about bartering systems, so no money, industry, magic, religion and technology, all are key aspects to make clear to your played characters, basically to mark it as just that little bit more different from your traditional European fantasy-inspired settings. And then start discussion of mythology with the world tree. We have both an actual depiction of that and then a sort of a totemic depiction, discussion of the calendar, because that would have been radically different from what we recognise as Georgian or Judeo-Christian calendars, and then how to use the calendar and its benefits and effects from day to day. All keyed up to sort of like your gear and your character day signs and so on, and the associated glyphs, which you can see there. Chaos gear, stellar day signs and so on. So, you know, multiple ways to handle the aspect of the setting, and then we get on to deities, because they're the ones that essentially are going to be sort of directing the action, as it were. You know, they are the ones pushing for you to act as their avatars. So the underworld, and what tethers you to it, including spiritual, animal, and monstrous tethers, death, and essentially severing a tie or tether, or even gaining a new tether. Region and kingdoms of the area, so the Mayan region and its kingdoms. Nice piece of artwork as well. Key locations of the Mayan kingdom, and also then we move on to the Tezca kingdom, other kingdoms and so on. Again, in some ways I actually like the pen and ink artwork more than I do the fully painted artwork in places. Some of it is not bad. So we've got discussion of the Twin Gods campaign path, and we'll move into random encounters. So that covers coastal, jungle, mountains, swamps, underworld, and that's basically that's graded between difficult and easy encounters. And then adventure hooks to get your player characters involved. It's got multiple adventure hooks for the Dungeon Master to take and develop. And then the player characters, so we've got pre-generated characters with their details, their personality and description. So you have 4, 5 pre-generated characters, plus you've got notes there on how to create your own, covering things like Stone Age mindset, celestial and divine focus, eternal motivations. So that's what's key in some way to both the culture and the nature of the campaign. Non-player characters, including King Cuckoo and his magical items, including Gems of the Yearbringer, his headdress, Sacred Quetzal, Cudgel. And the same again for King Tezca, Princess Kakicha, then we have cultists involved, so cultists of the Black Iris. So now let's go ask him to make cults of the Burning Claw, cult of the Dripping Moon, and then do have equipment list covering armour, cotton, deer hide, jaguar hide, salted cotton, and use of wooden shields. So melee weapons, bone claw, axes, parrot head club, warblade, more with illustrations, adventuring gear. Special materials, full list of that. Things like antlers, deer, hummingbird feathers, glittering mica, onyx, stingray spines, musical instruments, hallucinogens, magical items that player characters may come across, such as Altar the Son of God, Ultra Transformation, Armadillo, a shell armor, Cape of the Elder, Chaos Gourd. All decently illustrated as well. And then new magic systems, and basically bundle magic and how to create and use a bundle, associated that with different types of bundle. Basically bundle magic, sacred items are bound together, and so on, so you can use, essentially they use kind of thematically, so we have things like bloodletting bundles, ceremonial bundles, general bundles, sacrificial bundles, all discussed there. And then we have a discussion of stelae magic, essentially magic from the carvings that were found everywhere. And how to carve it, what materials to use. And then what basically got options here for player characters creating stellae. And gaining its magic from doing so. And then we've got Mayan creatures, so we've got a bestiary as well. Pages sticking together, so just flipping through and some nice illustrations for these monsters. So I'm going to flip forward a bit. Show you that. Even that, almost a stellar mecha. And then we have the Twin Gods campaign itself, which takes up about just under half of the book, beginning with the Forgotten Solar Temple. There's the dungeon, sorry, it's temple map, not dungeon map, and its description. And we've got a ziggurat there for the player characters to ascend, leaving it there. That's a ball court for Jai. Then we have so a complete description of the location to explore. We have a cenote to delve into. And then notes on how to bring the adventure to an end before we move on to the wrath against the ether drill. Notes on how to start the adventure, and then move on to description of the caves and the underworld cavern. And we've got some replication of artwork throughout, but it's decent artwork. And there we've got an actual map. So yeah, I think this is something that you. There's the map proper. This is a much shorter adventure. So if you're actually thinking, you're looking for something to play that's going to be different to what you normally expect from your Dungeons and Dragons game, I think this would offer that option. And then the Blood Within the Sunken Jaguar, so the third adventure in the campaign. Its location map. Quite a short adventure in comparison to that first one. Then we have the Sky Scry Conceit. Kind of like its adventure location, the Eternal Cliff. Fourth adventure is the Twin Gods Apocalypse. So just flipping through, show you the best of the book, map for its location. So you've got multiple maps, so you've got a bit more to this adventure than the previous ones. final location in the temple and bring that adventure to a close. And then essentially they're ending the campaign. So I think that's actually the 5th adventure, so that's why it's longer. And then how to continue the adventure. Further notes on Take It Beyond the pages. We've got some fiction here, I think. Essentially to round the book out. And then additional resources, including terrain tiles, miniatures, and VTT as well. And you've got to sample cliff progression, so essentially tracking the character's progress. So yeah, that's Twin Gods Apocalypse campaign sourcebook for Mayan Epics from the world of game design and basically published by Zach Goins. So yeah, that's an interesting sort of setup and campaign for compatible with the world's most popular role-playing game. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this unboxing in the Nook. If you have, then please do click on the like button down below. And of course, if you've got any comments or feedback, I do appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to get more unboxings in the Nook, where you'll see me out here with a package containing some books or games from which I will unbox a book or game and chat about to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so, all of course accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea, then do please click on the subscribe button down below. Thanks again for watching another unboxing Nook. We'll be back again soon with another one. Bye for now.